The flashlight flickered once, just as I saw a shadow dart across the hallway, but I was the only one inside the abandoned school, or so I thought. Back in 2017, I was part of a small urban exploration group. We weren't vandals, we didn't steal or damage anything. We just lacked the adrenaline rush of discovering the decaying places and the eerie silence that came with them. We'd explored old factories, hospitals, even a forgotten train station. We parked down the road to avoid attention and hiked through a wooded path behind the school. The building looked like it had been plucked from a horror movie. Overgrown vines strangled the brick. Several windows were boarded up, and the front doors had a giant chain locking them shut. We found an opening in the side where part of the wall had caved in. But the one that stuck with me, the one I wish I never entered, was Maple Valley High. The school had been shut down since 2002 after a chemical spill in the basement rendered part of the building unsafe. Most of it was supposedly intact, just condemned. That's what made it interesting. It still had desks, books, posters on the wall like it had been frozen in time. We heard it again, 3 slow, deliberate steps from the far end of the hallway, just beyond the light of our flashlights. Vince turned the camera in that direction, but the beam didn't reach far. We called out, "Hello? Anyone there?" It was a cold Saturday night in October when my friend Vince and I decided to check it out. Desks were still arranged in rows, some with faded homework sheets left on them. Swear I saw my breath at one point, even though it wasn't that chilly outside. This one still had a jacket draped over the back, untouched. It was unnerving, but not terrifying, till we reached the second floor. The intercom speaker above one of the lockers was glowing faintly red. It made no sense. There was no power in the building. Vince noticed too. Inside, the air was thick with mold and dust. The faint smell of rusted metal and wet wood filled the halls. Our boots echoed as we walked, careful not to trip over scattered papers and collapsed ceiling tiles. Vince was filming for our YouTube channel, occasionally narrating or cracking jokes to the camera. I wasn't really in the mood to laugh. The place felt ... off. Classroom doors creaked when opened. That's when we heard footsteps, not ours, not echoing from our movement. We didn't run, but we moved quickly, retracing our steps to the stairwell. But something had changed. The stairwell was blocked by desks and chairs stacked floor to ceiling like a barricade. Distinct, slow footsteps. We stopped. The sound stopped too. Vince whispered, "You hear that?" I nodded. The windows were boarded up. One door, no exits. Stood still, listening. Nothing. It stood at the edge of our flashlight's reach, twitching like it couldn't hold still. Its head tilted, then twitched the other direction like a puppet on a broken string. Every turn looked the same. Vince kept yelling, "This isn't the way. This isn't the way." We figured maybe it was an animal or another explorer. We pressed on, but the mood had shifted. Everything felt colder. We made our way toward the gymnasium, but before we got there, something caught my eye. "That ... shouldn't be on, right?" he said, pointing his camera at it. The way out just appeared, like we'd somehow circled back. We burst through the collapsed wall and didn't stop running until we got back to the car. Just then, a soft static crackled from it. Then, a voice. "Room 209. Everyone returned to room 209. It sounded like a woman.com, but emotionless. The speaker crackled again, then went dead. We both stood frozen. Was that live? I asked, hence, something sitting at the teacher's desk. "No way," Vince said, but his voice shook. We decided to leave. "I swear this was open before," I said. "There's no way we missed this." We turned around and down the hallway, near the lockers. We saw something move. It was tall, thin, and wrong. Then it walked, no jerk toward us. We ran, sprinted through the halls, trying to remember the way back to the hole in the wall. Ended up in a science lab. The smell of chemicals still hung in the air. Then the intercom came on again. This time, just static, followed by a whisper. "You're still here. We killed our flashlights," said in complete darkness, not daring to breathe. Outside the door, we heard footsteps, then scratching long fingernails against metal. Okay, a soft knock. We waited and waited, then silence. Okay, after what felt like hours, but was probably only 10 minutes, we made a run for it. Didn't speak on the drive home. Later that night, Vince checked the camera footage. It was corrupted. Okay, every clip from the second floor onward was just static. Room 209, except for one moment. In the static, a single frame showed a classroom, rows of old desks, smiling.